His project was to persuade with power. The title of his speech was Volunteer Should You Why, obviously. It was a very inspiring speech for me because I'm big into certain organizations. I love to volunteer my time with kids organizations, and my wife and I always try to donate money where we can. If we can't volunteer, you know, we like to donate to St. Jude and all these organizations. We're just very, I think because we have 2 children, you know, we like to take care of those organizations that take care of kids. So those are very dear to us, and so the speech was very dear to me. Your speeches are always packed with great content, always, whether you're talking about IT security or today with volunteering. I think Toastmasters is great for speakers because it gives us the chance to practice these speeches and gives us the form in which to speak. Part of that, I think, is you actually have to write your speeches. And your content always impresses me, specifically in your IT speeches, which you didn't give today, but I think this is kind of a comment going toward your older speeches. I think you can take something like IT security and make it easily understood by people like me who don't quite get that. So I think that's very good. And I think your speech today just full of great tips, great advice for volunteering, so A+ to that. I also think you did a great job using the space. A lot of speakers, myself included, I tend to rock back and forth. Sometimes I don't leave a lecture, I do like this, I do this. But if I come out, I usually block and pace. Like, I'm like this all the time. Today, though, I noticed that you would hit certain points, emphasize certain things in your speech while making great eye contact with the audience. That's a fantastic tip, and I know it's something that Tim worked with me during my contest and told me instead of doing your stand-up comedian frantic this stuff, walk to a point, hit your points, move on to the next point, and hit another point. But you went above that. Today, when you hit a point, you would say your content, you would drill that point home to us, and then you'd leave with a little bit of a flourish. And so you hit your point, and then when you're done, you give a little... I thought it was going to be distracting, but it really kind of worked for me. I was like, I've never seen that before. That's really impressive. That was really, really good. If I could give a recommendation to you, and I don't know if it's the humidity, the rain outside, or if you've got allergies, I noticed at several points during your speech, you were going kind of dry. And it looked like you were kind of struggling, and at times it almost seemed like you were trying so hard to just rip the tongue off the roof of your mouth. It's not a bad thing. I've seen comedians do this, I've seen great speakers do this. If you just want to bring a little water up on stage, and maybe after you make a certain point, you can say your point, just take a little bit of a break, and drink some water. It's a great way when you hit certain content, say what you want to say, maybe grab that little water if you feel a little dry, it kind of throws in a natural pause. Go, Just remember, swallow before going back into your speech.